Welcome to EXPGaming with Pobble, and we're back with the Challenger series, this time with Exalted Army. So let's hop straight in and we'll see what we can do. So, Exalted, all about when you attack, you get +1/+1 per each other thing that has Exalted. For instance, if Nephrox, Overlord of Grixis, were to charge in, so he's flying in Exalted, he's a 5/5, so if he attacks on his own, he becomes 5/6, because he gets +1 from himself, and +1 from everything else that has Exalted, which is all of my creatures except these two here. So Nephrox, Overlord of Grixis, would become 5, 6, 7, 8. 8/8, and his ability would also activate, which would mean the defending player sacrifices a creature. So that's the Exalted mechanic, and let's see what we have here. So Nephrox is on 9 health, we're on 8 health. But it doesn't really matter how much health we're on, because we're just going to try and kill it in this one turn. So let's see. Defending, the Sarah Angel, flying and vigilance. Vigilance pretty irrelevant here, because again, they're not going to have a turn, so it doesn't matter. Lumen Grid Gargoyle, flying 4/4. In this case, these two cards are basically the same, the 4/4 flyers. And then you have the Runescarred Demon, the 6/6 with flying. So, taking a look at what we have, Double Strike Flyer here, Unblockable Tormented Soul, Protection from Black, and a Protection from White, Exalted Knights, and Nephrox Overlord. In hand, we've got an Exalted Haste guy, Loxodon Warhammer, so that gives Lifelink and Trample, 2 Pacifisms, another Knight of Infamy, another Knight of Glory, and Seize the Initiative. Target creature gets +1/+1 and gains first strike until end of turn. Okay, so how are we going to do this? Well, first of all, let's check out your options. I just want to bring up the Loxodon Warhammer here. So 3 mana to play it, and 3 mana to equip it. We're all agreed, if we play it, there's no point playing it and not equipping it, because that would be a waste of 3 mana. So our only option with the Warhammer is to play and equip it, which is 6 mana, which would be all of our mana. And that would, well, all but 1 of our mana, which would leave 1 for Seize the Initiative. If we were to attach it to someone, and then attack with them, well, whichever one they attach it with, they could just block. Like, they could just throw the Runescarred Demon in front. For instance, if I put the Warhammer on the Overlord of Grixis, the Runescarred Demon would block it. That's blocking 6. Only 2 damage would go through, I think. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, only 2 damage would go through, which clearly isn't enough. And then he blocks the other 2. The other 2 flyers could block any other 2 creatures. I would only do about 3 damage. So that's not really the way we want to go. Also note, if we attack with any one creature, so say we were to pacify 2 creatures and then attack with 1, to get all the Exalted bonuses we possibly could, we wouldn't get enough power and toughness into that creature. The Tormented Soul is the only one who would get through without being blocked, because for instance if we pacify 2 creatures, he can always just use the 3rd to block whichever creature is attacking, unless it was the Tormented Soul. So Tormented Soul is a 1/1, with Exalted we get 1, 2, 3, we could make it 2 more Exalted if we played both our Knights. Siege the Initiative would give it 1 more, but that still wouldn't give us enough to do the 9. So here actually, playing with Exalted is a red herring. We're going to want to attack with all our creatures and see what happens. So let's have a look. If we're attacking with all of our creatures, we're going to want to throw down both pacifies, so as many of them get through as possible. So let's do that now. Makes sense to block the 6/6, might as well. And then these 2, as I said earlier, they're pretty much the same card in this scenario. So let's struck down Pacifism on the Angel with Vigilance, why not? So we're left with 3 mana. We've already decided we're not attacking with a solo creature, so playing down either of the Knights is pointless, because their Exalted effect isn't going to help us. Similarly, playing the Loxodon Warhammer, 3 mana, we're not going to get to equip it, so that's pointless too. So let's just go straight into attacking. So, attacking with everybody. Now, they're probably going to block the Nephrox Overlord, because it's the biggest creature there. Might as well. So, let's see how we can do this. So he blocks, let's stop the timer there. So, at the moment we're doing 2, 4, 5, 6 damage. Well, double strike, so this is actually 1 damage done twice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. We need to do 2 more. So that's where Seize the Initiative comes into play. Target creature gets +1/+1. First strike, not important for now, we just want to do the damage. Now, the clear choice to give it to is the Double Striker, because that's not a +1 bonus anymore, it's essentially a +2 bonus, because it's going to get that +1 twice, once on the first strike and once on the second strike. So, tally up that new total, got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which is exactly enough to beat the Neferox. So let's stick that on, see how it goes. And that should win us the game. So the lesson there, even if you're playing a deck with a theme like Exalted, that isn't necessarily always the way to go. Many times it's best to ignore the theme and just go for it. Like in this case, we ignored the Exalted theme and just attacked with everybody, and that worked out great. So, this has been challenge number 2, so join me for challenge number 3 next time, and we'll see how we do. See you guys next time.